Your house is on fire! Not even joking. This guy was just like losing it. His eyes were this big in his head. And he's like, man, your house is on fire. I already called 911. Get out of there.
Hi, I'm DrewMan. Welcome to my modest mansion. So today we're going to be working on the chimney. I'd like to get this fixed before winter. It's a nice warm day. So this is the chimney cap. So this is what's supposed to seal the top of the chimney and keep water from getting down inside the bricks and deteriorating the chimney and leaking into your fireplace. And as you can tell, I don't know, maybe the edge just broke off, but I mean, you can see all the tops of these bricks. It's cracked in multiple places. It's very deteriorated, falling apart. And when it rains, we get water in the fireplace. So we're gonna get this, shouldn't be too hard, but we're gonna get this all chipped off, mix up some new mortar, and fix this. Alright, so we got the old chimney cap all busted off of there. There's gaps all the way around here that we're going to have to fill in, otherwise we're going to go through a lot of mortar. So I'm going to use some rock wool insulation, try to build all this up in here so that the mortar's not going to drop down in there. Hopefully that works. Get the top of these bricks nice and clean before you put some mortar on them. Right? And they're both ignoring me. When it comes to this insulation, you're not doing this for R value, you're doing this to keep the mortar from falling down, so pack it in there tight. That way the insulation will stay in place as you pour it. Alright, got mortar mixed up. We're ready to start putting it on there. I'm going to be using this Pro Select concrete bonding adhesive and acrylic fortifier. I'm going to wet down the top of the bricks with this stuff. It's supposed to help it stick, I don't know. It might just be white water. right, we just finished putting the mud up there. Turned out pretty decent. I'm happy with that. Best part is it's way up here, no one will ever see it, so, but it didn't turn out bad. Just want to make sure that you got a good seal around this edge here. All the holes in the bricks are covered, and make sure your mortar's real nice and tight up to your chimney flues. Make sure there's no holes or low spots. You want it all to kind of pitch away. So this middle between the two flues is my highest point, and then from there it kind of goes either direction. And I left it kind of thick rather than having like a straight taper. I left it kind of thick here. I'm hoping that having a thicker cap will make it stronger, less likely to chip and break, because what happens is you get water underneath between the brick and your chimney cap here, and it'll freeze, and that's what pops the mortar loose and starts to crack it like that. So good seal. Might not even be a bad idea to come right out to the edge of the brick, but I think this will probably look a little better from the ground. Maybe I should have gone all the way to the edge. Yeah, whatever. It'll be fine. It's got to be better than it was. If not, we'll just put a bag over it. Yeah, I'll forget about that. All right, guys, so while I'm up here waiting for the mortar to dry, I want to get this chimney cleaned and inspected. There's a wood stove in the basement that this goes to. We just bought the house recently, so I don't know what the chimney looks like inside. I want to make sure that it's safe before I use it. I've been told that I should get this lined with some sort of stainless steel liner. There's a couple of reasons why I don't want to, and I don't really think I need to. I actually found a pretty decent article that kind of talks about chimney flue liners, and this chimney here actually has clay flue liners in it, and those actually count as a chimney liner. So they came before stainless steel, but they're still considered a liner, which means that this chimney should be good. Technically it's lined. One of the reasons I don't really want to line the chimney with some sort of stainless steel liner is because the stove that's in the basement is a Vermont Castings Vigilant stove, and it requires an 8-inch flue. I don't know how they measure these, but the inside of this is about 7 by 7, but it's a square, which means that it would come out to about the same size as an 8-inch round. And if you were to line this with some sort of stainless liner, the biggest size you could fit in there would be a 6-inch. So you'd be taking that 8-inch flue and bringing it down to like a 6-inch. You could get a custom-made square liner, but you're looking at a lot of money to do that. So I'm just gonna clean this, inspect it, make sure that there's no issues inside of there, and yeah, we'll let her rip. We're gonna put a cap on there too, so we don't have to keep a stone over top of it. So let's get started. So this is actually a square brush. I don't know if you can tell or not, but they actually make square brushes for these square chimney liners. Well, it's longer than I thought it was. All right, be right back. I'm gonna go check and see where that is. I don't fall and die first. All right, so we're just about there. Looks like we got a lot of spiders, webs. We're gonna send it down once more. There we go. Well, that kind of sucks. So to inspect the chimney, I made a rig here with a GoPro diving light, a GoPro, and I just got an adapter so it'll screw right into our chimney cleaning rods. Oh, hey, found the power button. So we'll just run this down there. We'll go look at the footage, see what it looks like. Definitely wish I was man enough to take that brush off. All right. All right, so now that we know that our chimney looks good inside, we're gonna install this cap. This is a stainless steel cap. I went all out on this puppy because, I don't know, it wasn't that much more than the regular steel ones. And they're pretty simple to install. You got, oh, okay. I had 4 bolts. I don't want to go too tight on these, especially this one, because the corner's a little deteriorated already. All right, that should be good. And it's not a bad thing if it's got a little pitch to it, because then any water that runs or hits or lands on top of it's it'll come off either way because it's flat, but makes you feel a little better about it being crooked, you know?
All right, so as you're cleaning your chimney, all of the dirt and debris is gonna fall down it, obviously. Once you run the brush up and down it once or twice, you're gonna want to look for your clean out. It's usually always gonna be below your fireplace or chimney. Our chimney runs right here, and this is our clean out for it. Some of them don't have this clean out, and in that case, you'd just pull your stovepipe right out. All your debris should be right in there. You clean it out. So we're gonna open up this clean out. I'm gonna vacuum out all the debris that we pushed down. I'm also gonna pull the stovepipe, just because when I ran the camera down, you could see a little bit of dirt and debris that we knocked down that landed in here. It's not a bad idea to pull this anyways, just to make sure you don't have creosote built up inside of this. As you can tell, I replaced this stovepipe, so this is all brandy new, so we don't have to worry about that. But we're still gonna pull it out just to clean it up. Yep. Hello? Now that our chimney has been thoroughly cleaned, inspected, the cap is in good condition, we got this fancy new stovepipe. I feel more comfortable having a fire in this. So we're very underprepared when it comes to the wood situation. I was out there last weekend cutting and splitting wood. So this is really dry stuff. It should be good for this. You should probably do this about once a year, at least. I mean, depending on how much wood you burn, you should at least get up there, clean your chimney out at the beginning of the season, look it over, make sure it's in good shape. If you have a stainless steel liner, it's probably not necessary to throw a camera down it, but with the clay flue tiles, you're gonna wanna run a camera down it or something, just to be sure that all of your clay tiles are in good condition. They're not cracked or broken, there's not pieces missing. If one of those is damaged, you can get hot gases and smoke that can escape and enter into the house. That's typically not good. So, just run a camera down and make sure that they're in good shape. There's nothing cracked, broken, pieces missing. You're gonna wanna check your chimney throughout the season, once or twice a month. Get up there and just kind of inspect the chimney. And if you see creosote built up in there, which is like a black flaky stuff, you're gonna want to let it cool down, run the brush through it, get that creosote out of there, because creosote is really flammable. And that's how you can lead to a chimney fire. We used to have one of these stoves in my house growing up. It's kind of funny. It seemed much bigger when I was a kid. We had an exterior stainless chimney, and it had this goofy like cap thing on top, and the thing constantly caught fire. My dad was religious too about cleaning it. It seemed like he was anyways as a kid. It seemed like every couple of weeks he was out there with that. That's actually where I got the chimney brush, was my dad. And he was out there, running that brush up the chimney and cleaning it out. It just seemed like at least 3 or 4 times a year that thing caught fire. My dad, he was always just kind of calm. He'd go out there, grab the garden hose and shh. And I can just remember this one time, this guy stops at our house, right? You know, rings the doorbell. My dad opens the door. Your house is on fire! Not even joking. This guy was just like losing it. His eyes were this big in his head. And he's like, man, your house is on fire. I already called 911. Get out of there. My dad's like, oh, it's okay. This happens, like, you know, this is normal for us. Thanks, buddy. Have a nice day. But it was a cool experience for me because I was just a little tyke and I got to see all the fire trucks and stuff. So that was cool. So anyways, long story long. This is a real simple, easy task that you can do. If you're afraid of heights though, just avoid going on the roof because you kind of have to be comfortable going up on the roof. If you're not comfortable, there are a lot of chimney cleaning contractors that will come out, clean and inspect your chimney for you. I would just be careful though, because reading articles online, it seemed like most of these chimney shops, the online chimney shops, were trying to sell you a chimney liner no matter what. If you didn't have a chimney liner, you needed a chimney liner for the low price of $1,300. And they were willing to sell it to you. Go into it with some information. That way when he's like, well, it needs this, you can be like, I don't think it does. Show me. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.